IHC descend onto Rig in the sidelines, and immediately a rundown and a spray down. Demo is taken out in the process.
The Pmgc, I'm sure they can do that again.
4 second places for IHC in those last chance scenarios. As Lutz takes a tumble there from Fireflux, the second player of theirs to fall. Hang on a minute, we've got a bit of a scrap with IHC. T2K looking to try and stay alive, but IHC want to finish the job that they started.
They were somewhat more muscular. They've always been that way. They've just been working on it for quite some time. Fortunately, it's not going well for them.
Oh, Influence Kemen getting caught up in the web of it. IHC stringing them along now. Only Law remains on the backstop as Nova have their own problems to deal with. Nades out through the window. Influence, hang on, 2 teams have already fallen there. The burn down as Geek Squad try and roll into Nova. It's not going well, they're turning the tides. Jimmy is down, sure, but King and Paraboy set up the crossfire and the Geek fam are cut down.
Goodness me, Geek fam. This is a great chance to represent Malaysia here in the Pmgc Grand Finals and look for that grand title itself. Unfortunately, going against Nova and getting picked apart like that does not bode well towards the team that is currently defending. Vampire Esports, on the other hand, this may be a different team, a different type of beast altogether.
Jimmy did go down in the process, so 2 players alive now for Nova. A knock went over towards Vampire earlier. Schweppes puts a nade through the window to back him off the angle.
Oh, it's beautiful!
But it goes long and through the door. Paraboy runs right on into it. King now needs to reposition. Geek fam might be able to stay alive off the back of this knock. King dropping those smokes, allowing himself to cross, making sure that he has the cover. Fluke cannot really go for this full aggression just yet. They have to be worried about Geek fam as well, but the hillside's now controlled. King in for the res, but in comes Stone and Ravenclaw in the vehicle. In through the window, pulls the ordnance, and there they go. Nova down and out in the first match.
Than we expected, considering now on the edge a lot of times. Now they're taking the fights to these big teams over the Pmgc.
Wolves stalwart already looking for the crash. The Wolves lose the first on the engagement. Action already on 2 eliminations as Remember falls. Memory wiped out as well. Scry into the ground floor, stays up and kicking as well. Beautiful and Pick feet to the back lines now. Looking to pick Remember back up. Scry gets that heal off and they remount their aggression. Scry in through with that DBS. Action takes a lot of damage, but Pika is already forwards with the UMP. Pick feet falls on the top floor and Beautiful's there as well. He's found and Stalwart keep it on rolling. The Chinese teams are being pulled apart here, Black.
Really good stuff there from Stalwart. And again, this is definitely no longer these years of Pmgc being all about China. We have some seriously good teams, Alpha 7 included, taking it to the guys from IHC suffering.
Alpha 7, they felt the pressure of that linearized fight and they said, you know what? Stalwart now with a challenge on DRS on the south side. Forwards position for actions. Pika is already down and Scry is dispatched by Gianti on the off angle. A nice find, nade in hand on the bottom of the hill, and the res up front needs to come through now, or it needs to stay tall. Rules might not even know about it. Hang on a minute, he's pushed all the way through. He's managed to get a knock on the back, and top falls as well, but they're turned around on Gianti now under pressure from action, but it's DRS, and Stalwart fall. And it's their own, and Ravenclaw gets flushed out pretty fast there. Fluke closest now and will feel the brunt of a nade and a second to dunk it down. An alley-oop set up by the DRS squad. 9 eliminations now. And the Nepali team doing so much work on the rundown on Stone to close it down. S2G, hang on a minute, they stolen a couple away. Vampire eliminated, and now they're into the fight. S2G taking on DRS, and in the midst of it all, Ching
over in the league stage, but as soon as they're here in the Pmgc, they've had to turn things up by 11, which is
out as well. Just Vitali, S2G taking heavy punishment. Vitali, he's got that SLR, and now Hamzy left with the duo of Kalsi to try and stay alive. DRS are in the midst of it all. 3 players for them. 6 eliminations on Killer, by the way, in the meantime. And the players from Inco started to fall down the hill. In the midst of it all, still Ching Chen stays alive, but finally dispatched. The 4 angry men will go down in 4th place. Now, Vitali around the edge, has the DBS, waits for him to go close. I don't even know if that was from the DBS. Yes, it was. Hamzy sent packing, and now Inco down the hill leave DRS a golden opportunity, which they will seize with both hands. The Nepali team shout loud in the first match.
Can you believe it though? Nenebete.
देखिए एक तो बेसिक ट्रिक है, एक तो लाइक और शेयर ठोक दीजिए महाकाल का से दबा के लाइक और शेयर ठोक दीजिए पूरा साल मेहनत करता हूं आपके लिए बेटा।